So this is what Bonnie would have been like if she was more serious and she suffered war trauma. Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my in-theater movie review series. So today's movie I'll be reviewing today is Netflix's action thriller, Lou. And before I get into my thoughts about this film, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So Lou starts off with an old woman named Lou, who is a reclusive who's living with only her dog, and she happens to be next door neighbors with a young woman named Hannah, who has a daughter named V. One day, however, it turns out that Hannah's daughter V gets kidnapped by her ex-husband, and so she enlists the help from Lou to help her get her daughter back from her ex-husband. So what are my thoughts about Lou? I really enjoyed this movie. Like, when I heard that Allison Janney, who is well known for her role as Bonnie in the TV series Mom, was actually starring in this movie, I was like, that's interesting. I never seen Allison Janney anything else than Mom. So when I heard that she was going to be in an action thriller movie, I was like, what can she do as an action type heroine? And it turns out that she does a very good job at acting out the role of an action heroine. So one of the things I really liked about this movie were the action sequences themselves. I love the scenes where we see Lou fighting against all these people who are trying to stop her from rescuing Hannah's daughter. And I just love how well choreographed the fighting scenes are, as you get to see a lot of martial arts move throughout this movie, especially from Lou herself. And I just enjoy seeing the scenes where Lou is fighting off all of these villains along with Hannah's help. Another thing I really liked about this movie were the performances themselves. As I mentioned before, I was more familiar with Allison Janney with her role as Bonnie in the TV series Mom. So when I found out that she's starring in an action thriller where her character is much more serious and is much more traumatized by the events of her past life, I was really interested in seeing what Allison Janney could bring to the table, and she does a fantastic job at acting as the main character Lou. I love how Allison Janney is able to make Lou into such a tragic character, and I just love how serious Allison Janney is in this role, as she shows a lot of emotional range from her character Lou, and it shows just how much of a great actress that Allison Janney is herself. And I also love how she's acting with Jurnee Smollett, who's also acting as Hannah, the woman whose daughter is taken away from her. So I enjoy seeing their banter with each other, and I love how the acting is rubbing off against each other throughout this movie. Another thing I really liked about this movie was the premise itself. Even though the plot of this movie is basically the same as any action thriller movie that has a character be kidnapped and the main character has to go and rescue said kidnapped character, I will admit that there's a bit more depth with this movie in regards to that plot line, as we get to learn more about Lou's backstory and about how her past experiences have made her to a reclusive woman that she is nowadays. And I also thought that Hannah herself was a very interesting character, as even though she was known mostly as the mother who lost her daughter, we also learned more about her backstory throughout the film, and it made her relationship with Lou stand out a lot more, since they both have very tragic backstories that define who they are as characters. Now, one major issue that I do have with this film is that I felt like the antagonist of the film was very underdeveloped. So the main antagonist of this film is of course the ex-husband of Hannah, and though they do explain his backstory about why he's kidnapping V, I still felt like there could have been more scenes shown of the ex-husband throughout this movie, so that way we have a better idea of who his character is, instead of being the standard bad guy who's there to just cause conflict in the movie. So I wish that they developed the antagonist of the movie a bit more. But overall, I give Lou a watch it. Even though I wish that they developed the antagonist a bit more, I do love the action sequences throughout this movie as they're very well choreographed, and I really love the performances in this film, especially from Allison Janney herself as the main character Lou. And I really enjoy her interactions with Journey Smollett's character Hannah throughout this film, as they have a very interesting dynamic with each other throughout the film. So if you're a huge fan of Allison Janney and you want to see her in a film that's different from Mom, then I definitely recommend you check out Lou. So those are my thoughts on Lou, and tell me in the comments down below. Have you seen Lou? And if you have, did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? And what's your favorite movie that involves mothers? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? If you want to check out more crazy content from this channel, then please hit that big old colorful subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, then please support me through Patreon so I can make more awesome content for this channel.